Joining me now in the studio is Gregory Sweet. Thanks so much for coming in, Gregory. Why are you here?
Oh, Kathy, I've got a special surprise for KXCI listeners this afternoon. We're going to talk to Steve Forbert, who is here in the studio with me and is going to be doing a concert at Rhythm and Roots tonight at Plaza Palomino that will doors open at 6:30 with a concert starting at 7. And it's my understanding, Steve, that this may be outdoors tonight, too. It's such a beautiful day.
That's what it is.
Great. We're thrilled to have you here. We really are. Thanks so much for coming in. I know you just got back from a tour of Japan, so I'm sure you're adjusting from the time zone and going back into LA and over to see us. And I want to talk a little bit about your re-release of your first two albums, Live on Arrival and Jackrabbit Slim. And also, we want to talk about, let's see, what else have we got here? Oh, yeah, I've got them right behind me. Thank you for pointing that out. Although I've got most of the songs memorized on them. I understand they are going to be remastered.
They are remastered, and it's the first two records put together in a set, and these people called Blue Corn Records wanted to do it, and so we said yeah, and it's out and it's in stores, and it's a blast, Gregory, from, dare I say, 35 years ago. So I'll just have to deal with that.
I didn't realize it was in a double album like this released together. That's terrific. And one of the songs that you have on Jackrabbit Slim is one of my favorite Steve Forbert songs, and that's the one about all the love that you've given me will last a very long, long time. Who were the horns that were on the backup on that?
They were Nashville fellas, except one of them was Bill Jones from Springfield, Missouri, who went on it to tour with me following that record. Because we had a bit of, a sax solo on the song you just mentioned, The Sweet Love That You Give Sure Goes a Long, Long Way. And, hey, we asked Bill if he would go out and be part of the touring band. The other guys, they were Nashville A-team players.
That's great. And it really sounds good. It kicks. It really does. It comes forward with that. Why don't we, I know you brought some tunes with you from the tour from Japan to kind of keep your voice rested up from tonight. Plus, this has not been played yet on the air.
Of course not. This is brand new stuff that we selected that, this from last week we did 5 shows in Japan. So I'm just sharing a little of that with you, and it'll give people an idea of what tonight should be like.
That sounds great. Can we crank one of those up?
Every time my little old pension check rolls in, of course I had it bad. Not as bad as this is, it sure was better back then. What? Thank you. Working through the rain beneath the surplus tarp, foreman in the wagon twanging on the sad juice harp, passing out at night still in my mudcake jeans, living off of berries and beans. Now I swear I miss it. Every time I look down at my pale white skin, of course I had it bad. Not as bad as this is, it sure was better bad. Sure. Come on. most love tar patch thread. Sit by the camp, going up and cook clean pans and scrub them down with Georgia red sand. I hated it, you know, now I really miss it. Staring at the TV till the broadcast ends. Of course I had it bad. Not as bad as this is, it's sure better back then. Sure was better back then. Sure was better back then. Sure better back then.
91.3 FM Tucson, KXCI. I'm Gregory Sweet, and I'm here in the studio with Kathy Rivers on the home stretch, but more importantly, we're here talking with Grammy-nominated artist Steve Forbert. And that's one of the things that I wanted to ask you about, Steve. I know that most of the time when people think about you, they think about the tune that really is kind of your signature song, which is Romeo's tune, which is gets a lot of airplay. And also I know that it was in at least two movies. One of them that stands out was Margot at the Wedding with Nicole Kidman in it. But I also wanted to talk to you a little bit about your Grammy-nominated CD, which was Any Old Time, which was a tribute to Jimmy Rogers.
Right. Well, your listeners might know who that was, you know, and that's so we're ahead of the game here. But yeah. Right, the father of country music, America's blue yodeler, the singing brakeman. I'm from his hometown, Gregory, Meridian, Mississippi.
I knew that.
You know, so, you know, after years and years, I think we recorded it around 2001 or so, and maybe 2002. And, you know, it's just the kind of thing, if you're from Jimmy Rogers' hometown and you're doing what we now call Americana roots music, or that's a lot of what I do, it's kind of the law. You've got to do some kind of acknowledgement of Jimmy Rogers or go to jail. You know? So I took it really seriously and did a whole CD, and
it's an excellent CD, too. It really is. Thank you. I'm glad you used that term Americana, because with 35 years and 15, well, now 16 or 17 albums in the hopper here, you were playing Americana music before that moniker actually existed.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I had a record in 1992 came out called The American in Me.
Yes.
And that thing is just, you know, it's just seeped in I guess what's become Americana to me. So, I mean, that's about as close as you can get without having a label for it. The American in Me, you know, but that was on Geffen, and really we didn't know what to do with the record as far as what to call it. So it was a little ahead of, I don't know if it was ahead of its time, but it was ahead of the moniker.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's mention again that you're going to be at Rhythm and Roots tonight at Plaza Palomino. Doors open at 6:30. The show will start at 7. Beautiful evening. Susan Holden told me that we may be having an outdoor show tonight, which would be really a lot of fun. It'd be a great evening for it. Can we hear another one of those cuts from your shows in Japan last week?
Well, let's do. This is one called Streets of This Town, first recorded for a record in 1988 called Streets of This Town. This one's a little sad if you listen to the lyrics.
Sounds good.
I'll lock myself away, not face one more day on the streets of this town. All I've got to lose is a feeling called the blues and a little old frown. I signed your dotted line, did my best to try and give it all I could give. All I've gotten back is the feeling that I lack what I'm needing to live. And you say you don't see it when a grown man starts to cry. You turn your face away and you walk on by. found myself a girl who brightened up my world from December to May, and then ran off with Jim. But I'll defer to him in his new Beaujolais, 'cause he knows how to wheel, deal and not to feel when he's knocking you down. And I know he'll succeed, 'cause that's just what you need on the streets of this town. And you say you don't see it when a grown man starts to cry. Go on, turn your face away and walk home by. Oh, but baby, bye-bye. One more day on the streets of this town. All I've got to lose is a feeling called the blues. It's been going around. I fit your crazy norm, wore your uniform where you told me to go. I got back in return this year feeling that I've learned what the Indians know. And you say you don't see it when a grown man starts to cry. You turn your face away and walk on by. Hey, baby, bye.
You're listening to 91.3 FM KXCI Tucson. I'm Gregory Sweet. I'm sitting here in the studio with Kathy Rivers on the home stretch, and more importantly, we're talking with Grammy-nominated artist Steve Forbert, who will be at Plaza Palomino tonight. Doors open at 6:30, and the show is at 7. Tickets, I think, are still available at Antigone Books and at Bookman's and at the door tonight if you want to come in that way. I think we're talking about an outdoor concert, too, which would be really nice in this weather that we're having. Steve, thank you so much. I know you are headed for Phoenix tomorrow night, Flagstaff the next night, and just got back from Japan on tour, and then up to Massachusetts, and then to the UK after that. My gosh, after 35 years, you're still in demand.
I am seeing some airports.
Yeah, it sounds like you are. I want to talk just real quickly about your newest album, which I reviewed for KXCI that came out. That was the first studio album you'd had in 3 years, I believe, if I remember right, on Blue Corn Music.
Right, over with you.
Yeah.
Do you? Yeah, I'll get you another copy if you don't have it.
I've got it right here.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Yeah, and one of the songs on here that I liked a lot that you talked about on here, and one of your articles that I read was the Sugarcane Plum Fairy. I thought
okay.
Was just really very, very great. Is there a lot of personal in that?
Well, that song is a bit abstract. It's kind of like an early song of mine called "Going Down to Laurel Meets Alice in Wonderland." It's kind of like returning to the same situation about a year later, and what was so magical is kind of a bit strange and uncomfortable.
As we get to this age.
Well, this is just, this is like just a year later or something, going back to what was a fun encounter, and then it's prickly. But so it's that one is let's just say I didn't sing it in Japan because it's obtuse it would be, it's anyway. So I didn't lay that on the Japanese crowd.
It's a family show, guys. Just remember that, all right?
Which, that's right.
Oh, did I say obtuse?
We can't use words like that around here.
Oh,
Okay.
that's great. 10 great songs on this, and if you haven't heard this is a terrific album. The latest from Steve Forbert is called Over With You, and then, of course, the remastered box set of Alive on Arrival and Jackrabbit Sky. Tonight, 6:30, doors open, 7 o'clock for the show at Plaza Palomino. Have we got time for one more quick one on the way out here? And we'll see you tonight at the concert. Thanks so much, Steve, for joining us. Really appreciate you coming. I hope next time you come back to Tucson, you'll come see us here at KXCI.
I'd love to.
Great. Thanks again.
My father didn't go, and he said that poor old stubborn man spent his whole life arguing with that red clay Georgia land. He finally got so weak and all he couldn't even walk. It all went down from there, I swear he could not even talk. Life will weigh you down now, dude. Time will take its toll. I'm gonna rock while I can rock. I'm going to roll while I can roll. Father met my money, almost married on the spot. Turned 18 in church and moved in right back on the lot. And all them work years later, she's the only gal he'd known. Might be fine for him, but I got lightning in my bones. Dream 1,000 dreams, traveling in my soul. I'm gonna rock while I can rock. I'm going to roll while I can roll. They laughed at me in school and said I always ate too fast. I did what it gets to when you've always wound up last. I've always been the smallest in a house with 7 kids. Never got my share back here no matter what I did. But now I'm off and running with 2 good simple goals. So rock how I can rock, gonna roll where I can roll. On your feet and fine, and baby, the next damn day you're old. Rock while you can rock. You gotta roll while you can roll.